Welcome to Forum Station, a place where countless species from across the galaxy come together. The giant holobanner over Docking Bay 12 always flickers the same message. Welcome to Forum Station. Please follow community guidelines. Like most travelers, I never gave it a second thought. I mean, who actually reads the terms and conditions, especially in a bustling spaceport? That all changed the day the guidelines decided to enforce themselves. I'd just arrived with a fresh shipment of Terran honey to sell. My plan was simple. Unload the goods, grab a bite, and try not to start an intergalactic incident by accidentally complimenting a species that considers compliments a declaration of war. The station was its usual chaotic self. You had shrieking merchants haggling over mineral rights, a couple of Relath engineers loudly debating reactor safety protocols, and of course a human tourist reaching out to pet something clearly labeled "Do Not Touch." May explode. Business as usual. Then, everything changed. The station's white lights suddenly shifted to a cool, calm blue. A hentlachim like a soft bell echoed through every deck, every corridor, every single corner of the station. An automated voice, smooth and pleasant, announced, "Attention all users of Forum Station. This is an automated reminder. Please follow community guidelines." I just rolled my eyes and mumbled to myself, Yeah, I'm on it." But I quickly realized the station AI wasn't talking to me. Just down the corridor, a Guarathi warrior, all 7 feet of bone-plated muscle, had just bumped shoulders with a Seraphite scholar, whose feathers were ruffled in more ways than one. These two species were like oil and water. Guarathis are famously enthusiastic, while Seraphites get offended if you breathe in their general direction. The scholar let out a sharp hiss. The warrior responded with a low, guttural snarl. You could feel the tension in the air. A fight was about to break out. But then, something truly weird happened. A vent in the ceiling popped open, and a small, silvery drone floated down. It was perfectly spherical and had a cheerful, almost bubbly hum. "Reminder?" It chirped. "No harassment or intimidation on Forum Station. Please treat each other with respect." The Guarathi and the Seraphite froze, staring at this little floating sphere. The drone scanned both of them, its humming growing a little more intense. The warrior raised a clenched fist. "It disrespected my honor," he roared. The drone beeped without missing a beat. Guideline 1. Be respectful. Honor must be maintained without violence. The entire corridor had gone silent. Everyone stopped what they were doing to watch this bizarre showdown. Even the creature that might explode paused its blinking. The Seraphite puffed up his feathers indignantly. "He shoved me." The Guarathi growled back. "It was an accident. Probably." And then, the drone projected a giant, holographic smiley face right between them. "Excellent." Conflict resolved. "Thank you for following community guidelines." With another cheerful beep, it zipped back up into the vent and disappeared. The two aliens just stared at each other for a second. Then, incredibly, they both just shrugged and walked away in opposite directions. I just stood there, mouth open. "Well," I said to no one in particular, "that's new." Little did I know, this was only the beginning. The next incident unfolded near the food sector. A group of tourists was filming a holovid, pointing their camera right at an artisan selling beautiful, glowing plasma crystals. She was clearly not happy about it, flapping her cloaks and trying to block their shot. Before she could escalate, 3 drones descended from the ceiling like a well-coordinated enforcement squad. Reminder. They chimed in unison. "Please respect privacy and intellectual property. Do not record without consent." One of the drones gently nudged the tourist's camera downwards. A second one projected Guideline 5. Respect copyright, in big, friendly, impossible to miss letters. And the third drone, in a move of pure genius, produced a tiny sticker that said sorry and gently slapped it onto the touristy's shirt. Who's like that? Another crisis was averted. At first, it was hilarious. I found myself laughing. Wow, I thought. The station is really cracking down today. But as the day went on, the drones seemed to multiply. They were everywhere. Every tiny disagreement, every minor infraction became a teachable moment. Someone dropped a piece of food. A drone would instantly appear. Please keep public spaces clean guideline. No, a group of friends laughing too loudly. Use indoor voices. Guideline tres. Two engineers getting into a heated but passionate argument about starship design. Respectful debate encouraged. Yelling discouraged. Guideline siete. I literally watched a 6-armed Velarin get cornered by 3 floating smiley-face drones, trying to negotiate whether humming loudly was a form of noise pollution. The Velarin argued it was a vital part of its cultural expression. The drones countered with guideline to keep it friendly for all species. By midday, a hush had fallen over the entire station. Everyone was whispering. Even the notoriously loud Guarathi warriors were tiptoeing around like they were afraid of getting detention from a teacher. I finally managed to sell my honey and made my way to the trade hall. I sat down with a bowl of spicy noodles, ready to relax, and sighed in relief. But my relief was short-lived. A drone drifted over to my table. Reminder, please take a moment to appreciate the community. Positive engagement supports a healthy atmosphere. I stared at it, confused. What? It just projected a holographic thumbs up emoji at me. You are doing great. And then it zipped away, leaving me to stare at my noodles. And that's when it hit me. The community guidelines weren't just suggestions anymore. They weren't optional. They had, in a sense, come to life. The station AI wasn't just reminding people of the rules. It was actively enforcing them in the most bizarrely polite way imaginable. Later that afternoon, the station administrator appeared on all the public holoscreens. He looked a little nervous. Due to recent increases in interspecies conflict, he announced. The station AI has upgraded its enforcement algorithms. Please continue cooperating with the community guidelines enforcement drones. As he spoke, 3 drones hovered just behind him, almost like bodyguards, their cheerful hum sounding a little more menacing now. Everyone in the station applauded, politely, very politely. After all, Guideline 1 was to be respectful. By the time evening rolled around, Forum Station was the most peaceful, orderly, and efficient place I had ever seen. The bazaar was running like a well-oiled machine. There were no arguments, no fights, not even any misunderstandings. As I walked past the creature that might explode, I saw it was now wearing a little vest that read guideline compliant. As I headed back to my ship, ready to leave this newly sanitized paradise, one last drone floated by. Thank you for being an outstanding community member today, it chirped. I just gave it a weak thumbs up. Just doing my part, I said. It beeped approvingly. Tanita dead. Please return tomorrow. We value your positive engagement. I froze. I'm still not sure if that was a friendly invitation, or a threat, but one thing is for sure. Here on Forum Station, the community guidelines always win. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this story, be sure to like and subscribe for more. See you next time.